This Juice Harris. I'm with the Creative Mindset, creative director of Johá Harris. Drop coming December 4th. Tap in with me. We talked about fashion. We talked about life. Just lessons, man. Just real nigga shit.
Welcome back to another episode of the Creative Mindset. Today we got a very special guest. This guy right here, man. This has been a long time coming. Ever since I've been aware of this dude. Crazy designer. The brand, he's a brand himself. The clothes, they speak for themselves, and that's actually the way he intended them to be. Unique designs. This is not that thing that you see. We just slapping the logo on top of the shirt. We just slapping the same logo on the pants, and then boom, I got a clothing line. Creative Mindset family, I want you to welcome Juice Harris.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Appreciate you coming,
it,
dog.
man. Absolutely, man.
Thanks for coming, bro.
Hell yeah.
How you feeling today, bro?
Good, man. I feel real good. I'm so excited. I'm happy it's finally happening, man.
I am too, man. Yeah. You know, we were supposed to have you. I can't say we supposed to because that feels entitled. Yeah. But I was anticipating to have you back in those warmer months, but better late than never.
Yeah, for sure, man. I've been a big supporter. I watched, like I said, almost every episode you had. I love your growth. Y'all are doing it big, man. I love it.
I appreciate that, man.
For sure.
Just out of curiosity, since you didn't put it on blast, what was your favorite episode?
Probably Ellie.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's ties, family ties.
Yeah. You know, I met her through Trav, and I've always admired her shooting. She's so damn good, and it was real cool to kind of like get her behind the scenes and like her story. That was real nice. So I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was saying, like, it's something about the way that lens work that it tells a story. Mm-hmm. So since you said that, did you recruit? Well, not recruit, but did you hire and say, hey, I want you to shoot my photos for my brand? Or was it like one of those organic things that just happened and she was like, oh, I'll shoot. And you're like, oh, dope.
Man, it was a little bit of both. I was aware of her work through Trav and just following people from Cleveland who do shoot. Mm-hmm. It's crazy how close everybody really is that I don't really know. So it was extremely organic because Trav, you know, he brought it up to me and said, hey, you know, my girl, she could shoot for you. And then when he told me who it was, I'm like, oh man, I love her work. You know what I mean? And she was so helpful. She just jumped on it real quick. You know, it worked out.
That's good stuff. So I remember speaking to you offline when we were talking, and you kind of told me the foundations of OurVice, and it was just, you know, you making pieces to express your creative, I guess we can put creative bone.
Yeah.
It's just to express yourself and feed that need. And I know behind that conversation, you know, we talked about, you know, like how you was like, well, you know, it speaks for itself. Do you care to share with our family the foundations of the name?
Yeah, so the brand is called Johá.
Okay.
And OurVice is a subset. So everything I do as far as designing is like a storyline. So I found this because it was more true to who I am. And OurVice was just like a word I found that was frequently around me for some reason. Mm-hmm. And I just put it together because usually it's like two separate words. Mm-hmm. But I figured out, like, design-wise, it looks real cool and you can manipulate it a lot. And the subsidiary of it is like, Joe is like the luxury, the idea of this lifestyle, and OurVice is like the alter ego of it, where everybody has vices, everybody has, you know, needs, good or bad, you know what I mean? And that side of it is like more the raw side, you know what I mean? But it never compromises the quality. But whenever I do put collections out, mm-hmm. I want you to be able to put both of them together. You know what I mean? Like, and it would tell a story, you know? So that's basically what it is.
So it's okay to say, if we put it in terms of an existing brand, would Joe would be like Ralph Lauren, and then you have Polo, then you have Purple Label, exactly. Then Polo Sport, something
exactly.
Like that.
So when I started really honing in on that, the difference I wanted to do, because a lot of those brands, even like Fear God, they make it an effort as far as pricing and availability and things like that. And what I wanted to do is like say, fuck the money aspect of it. I want people to understand the levels. You know what I'm saying? Like the luxury obviously is going to be priced more, and the OurVice it's going to be not like just like reachable, but more so when you buy it's just like more of like a storyline. So that's the subsidiary part of it, where most brands, they have like the luxury and then they have their smaller tier, but they like to focus on the money aspect, and I don't want to focus on the money part of it. I want it to all be cohesive, because I want whoever has enough money to afford a bigger one, when you see both of them, you don't look at each other and be like, oh, I have the luxury side and you have the affordable side. I want it to be like, oh, you have this, there's a storyline with this. You got the alter ego version of what I got on, like, so because I feel like everybody has an alter ego. Everybody has the vices, you know what I'm saying? And when I do design, it just comes into like a whole story piece.
I like that mindset, man. I'm actually fascinated with that because, like you said, of course, there's going to be a difference. Same quality, same thing, but there's just going to be a difference in price, and that goes with the ideas, craftsmanship, and with the cost of goods.
Silhouettes, colors, stuff. Yeah, just.
But what makes me nervous about that, and I want to ask if you ever considered this. Do you remember how, you have Bape, but then Bape decided to make Ep.8? And for people who didn't know, it was like, oh, sweet, more affordable Bape. But then people who have been strictly Bape from the beginning, they were like, nah, it's Bape.
Well, that's kind of the reason why I started it kind of quick. So it would always be a thing.
So it's all together.
Yeah. That was a timing thing, but I had to take a leap of faith with that, because it definitely was going to make people's mindset about Johá different, the original, who was buying it in the original. But since the audience is getting so big now, I want them to see both of them. So when they see both of them, it's not a thing where they have a separation. It's just options. You know what I mean? And if you follow and you want to be a part of the brand and the storyline and the emotion of it, you won't think about it in a way where it's the pricing and all of that bullshit. That's what I'm trying to alleviate. I want people to just feel the brand. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I do photography the way I do, to present the brand and things like that, because I want to feel so true to most people. You know what I mean? We Midwest niggas, like, you know what I mean? Like we all have stories. We all got secrets. We got like, you know what I'm saying? So I want people to engage in that.
Cause we blue collar as fuck, but at the same time, we like nice shit too.
We got luxury dreams, and people got money out here. Like, don't ever get it twisted. Like, I love the Midwest because I feel like it's the foundation of America for real. When it comes to entertainment, like sports, it doesn't matter. Like, they got somebody from Ohio. People used to make fun of Ohio all the time. And a lot of people don't realize, man, the best artists, the best athletes, the best at whatever they do usually came from Ohio.
So I wanted to highlight something that you've been saying. Your branding kind of specifies the different variations of a person's character. And I feel like when you keep mentioning storyline, as a writer, I immediately start to draw towards antagonists and pro-antagonists, you know what I mean? And the different fluctuations of a hero's journey, so to speak. Is there a correlation between cinema and your brand and your outlook on fashion?
100%. 100%. I usually don't even like consider the fashion thing my love. If it was up to me and I had a lot more resources, I'll be doing everything. Cinema is extremely important. It's an American thing. People, when they come to America, they learn language from cinema. You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, it's a lot of propaganda that's involved in cinema, but it's rich. You know what I'm saying? If you don't allow cinema to manipulate you, you can find so much beauty in it. Especially just like for me, I'm in detail, color palettes, the screen width. You know what I'm saying? The way it's shot, all that stuff immediately captures me. Just like Scarface, I can watch Scarface all day from the color palettes and the way it's shot. So to get back to your question, like I started doing kind of cinema styled videos. I mean, years ago, before that shit started being really, really cool. You know, you could look on my IG and see that. Like, and I shot it all myself. I just got obsessed with it, and I decided like, man, it'd be kind of cool to make a promo where it's like more cinematic. Now that's a mandatory thing.
Yeah.
With most brands, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of brands now got a lot more resources because of like lessons and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. When I first started, man, there wasn't really too much of any of that kind of stuff, you know. But cinema is very important. Music is extremely important as well to the storyline and how I curate and the way I think about the brand, for sure.
Because most brands are just at this point is creating their own culture within the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So they're giving people that gap in space and time where if you want to make that shift and you want to try something that's daring, this is the brand to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Or we have different lines to do that. Talk about your experiences behind the camera and how you've been able to conjoin the two. Because I think that's important for a person that is you're creating things that I put on my body is similar to a tattoo. People have a favorite shirt, favorite pair of jeans, right? When you are capturing this on camera and you got to put it out and market it, how have you been able to do both so effortlessly?
I had to get out of my own way because when I first started, I had such a fear of judgment because my background, you just would never imagine me being into fashion right now. So everything that I was creating, it almost felt like it was just sitting in some sort of bubble until I felt confident enough to like really release it in a certain way. When it comes to the cinema, and you said it was kind of seamless, man, it comes with an obsession. Like I obsess about things a lot, stuff that I like, and I put them 10,000 hours in, even if it's just watching shit, not even having a camera. You know, there was times when I was in college, I couldn't afford to have a camera to do it, so I would set certain things up on the phone and just practice until I knew I was gonna have equipment in order to do it. You know, and really in the stage now, I would much rather have somebody do it and I just direct them, you know, instead of me doing it on my own. But yeah, man, that's basically it. Like,
So, you can pick whichever one of the two, but I'm curious because, of course, like you said, fashion is a culture within a culture. If you had to choose an album or a song that describes OurVice, Johá, and OurVice, the brand, whether together or separate, what would those songs or albums be?
Stevie Wonder, Intervision, for sure, for sure. Nirvana, Nevermind. I would say 50 Cent's second album. What?
The Massacre.
Shit.
Massacre.
Yeah, it's on there.
Huge.
The character shirt.
Man, that was huge when I was growing up. Like,
That's my joint.
yeah, I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying, that was, you know, monumental, but that second album, man, it was crazy to me. And it made such a big impact. Because for some reason, when I was that age, I felt like I kind of understood what he was talking about, which he really didn't because he had no experience. But that album, and you guys know who Corinne Bailey Ray is?
I'm not familiar. Who's
She
that?
has an album. She's I think she's from Britain. Black woman. Her album is amazing. I have to look up to see what the album is called. And Santo Gold, artist.
Son of Gold?
Santo Gold, yeah.
Oh, I remember. I ain't listened to Son of Gold in a long.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even know that's how you pronounce it. I pronounced it Santa Gold.
Yeah.
I ain't listened to her in a long ass time.
Yeah. Huge impact too on just the way I see things in the world. So that definitely impacts the way I do fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just like I kind of hate fashion. I really like product production. I like that term a lot better because like when it comes to fashion, a lot of that stuff kind of leaves my ability and it kind of leaves my interest.
Understood, because when you see people use the word fashion, high fashion, fashionable, it's abused and it's overused and they kind of strictly off the mannequin. There is no
weird.
life, no originality.
It's really strange to me when I hear somebody do that, talk about like, oh, I do fashion, like I'm fashion. I'm like, man, you know how like broad that is, you know? So
Because Rick Owens ain't OurVice.
mm-hmm.
Rick Owens look like costumes.
Mm-hmm.
OurVice look like stuff we can wear every day, every situation.
For sure.
So here at the Creative Mindset, we like to talk about mental health, and mental health is very important. Having a healthy mental health state, as well as just how we conquer some of those speed bumps or hurdles that we have to overcome. What keeps you going, to stay out of a funk?
Obsession. God bless me with this like weird ability of like wanting to always problem solve, and that lines into product production. I feel like personally I'm extremely elusive. Like I've done so much training and so much educating on art where if I want to create anything, I can do it. You know what I mean? And that ties a lot into the way I design and put out the clothes as well. But even when it comes to furniture, anything like that, painting, all that kind of stuff, like in my later years in life, I really, really honed into that. Like really just led and just said, fuck everything else. And I'm gonna just do this. Like if you want to just call it an artist, creative, whatever, I'm just gonna do that and see how far I can go with it. And that's just like spilling everything you learned out. Like I have like a huge background in theater.
Okay.
Yeah, so in a lot of ways, that steamrolled so much.
What was your role within theater?
In the beginning, I got hired. It's such a crazy story, bro. Because I didn't know shit about theater. I didn't know anything. Like when I was in college, I needed a job, and I went to the counselor, and she was like, "You want to go work at the theater?" I'm like, "Man, I don't want to be popping no popcorn." And like I was like, I didn't know nothing about it. I didn't know nothing about theater. At the time, I was playing in some bands like around the town and shit. And my first day at work, I walk in, and we doing this show called Ring of Fire, which is Johnny Cash.
Yeah,
so they had
shit.
Dude, they had every instrument you can think of sitting around. So when I walked in there, I'm like, man, what is this? Like, what's going on? And I started off in the front. I mean, literally just passing tickets out. Then they promoted me because they found out that I knew how to draw really well and design. They promoted me to doing costumes for the shows. Then that went into me designing the sets. I started building the sets for them. Started acting in it. And that theater in particular, the first one I was in, by the time I left there, I was the technical director for the entire theater. Yeah, so then I just started build from there. I moved to different states and kept the theater thing going. So
that's fire.
I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, creation has been almost therapeutic for you, like to a certain degree. when you
yeah.
when you create and you go into a different place.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah.
you walk into a new place, people usually come in apprehensive with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know these niggas for real.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I here? I just need to get my bread so I can do what I need to do. Tell us about a time, just staying on the topic of mental health, when you actually realized that your relief came from up here, when you got to a point where you can, and it seems like you create from an extra introverted perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying that you can't collaborate, but it's just like when you sit up here and even you talking, I feel like a muse in the room. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's just a different energy when you start talking about furniture. I'm like, yeah, bro, on a different spectrum with the creation.
Yeah. Some of that stuff I can't take credit for. It's just, I think God gives people certain things, and it's like really up to them if they ever gonna find it. I was blessed to find it. I always had this art thing, because even when I was younger, my first thing, I used to box and I used to play ball. And coming from the hood, that was a thing that you would do. You didn't even think anybody who was artistic could make a living. It wasn't really cool. It wasn't like something that you got praised for. And when I was younger, when I would have like an argument with somebody in class, or if I wanted to impress somebody, I would draw a photo of them and I would leave them at their desk, and I would see like how they reacted towards that, because they didn't think that would ever be coming from me, and I wouldn't even like really tell them until it started getting around. And that's when I started kind of realizing like, oh man, I'm it's not even about me being good. This is cool how I'm kind of affecting people, you know, with a product. And like, I'm gonna keep saying that with the product and the creation of a product, man, it's to me, that's extremely, extremely important, because once it's all done, it's a finished thing, and you have somebody that can appreciate it. I don't think there's anything better than that. It's like a comedian who finishes a special and you put it out. You know, it's the finished product. And when you're able to like put it out there the way you have it in your mind, it's like a drug. You know, it's literally like a drug. You come with trial and error. Ain't all everything I ever put out, it ain't sell. Everything I ever did artistic wasn't the coolest shit. But continuing to do it and still keep seeing them smiles and shit, and seeing somebody like just one compliment on it, it just keeps you, man, that shit lasts forever. You know, so in this space, when it comes to me turning art into commerce, I had to kind of learn the difference in getting overly appreciated, because now I'm running a business. You know, so I can't look at all the sales that I'm getting when I have a drop and just, you know, have that excitement, because I have to run a business and I have to realize like, okay, I have to do the next thing. The focus is just keep, not necessarily creating, but keep a good mindset for that spirit to come in, and I can figure out a way to keep grabbing that shit.
Stay there for a second with that dichotomy of your character, bro, because we talk about this shit all the time with the business side of the art.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even? Because bro do it all the time. He'll speak on it. Because I'm about to let him go too. Like, I always give him a lot of praise for things that he do. He constantly say, bro, I ain't on that shit. I'm focused on keep going ahead. I'm gonna send you some shit later that I seen about you. I'm gonna show you. But it's the same thing, and it feel like you said, you trying to keep that giddy side of you at bay, but it's the inertia. It's why you do it. You've been doing it for so long. You create art to make people feel good. But so how does that even? It's like it almost threatens the integrity of the work to a certain degree for me. It's like for my writing, I don't want to sit up here and write shit to sell it. I want you to feel good when you read it. Speak to that, man.
Well, if I can be selfish in this world, if anybody just be like, you a selfish motherfucker, because I get joy from doing something good for somebody else, or getting that that feedback, if that's the selfish I'm gonna get in my life, like I'm taking it like 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a feeling of it's a validation feeling, it's a confidence thing, and it's also it's a spiritual thing where you feel like you made an impact, which is so important. A lot of people, I think they don't live their life realizing that like the only thing you got is the impact you make on people. Like that's all you got. You don't have shit. Like there is nobody important enough on this earth if you not impacting people where you gonna have a great like storyline for your life. You know, so I kind of feel bad for people who don't do art or they don't create or they don't have a mindset of like producing something where people can appreciate, because I'm telling you, the best validation in life is seeing happiness from other people. And what was you start? What was your question? Because I was kind of going off on a tangent.
Hey, but it was fitting. It was really fitting.
It was fitting. I ain't even gonna go back to it, bro.
It was, because you answered the question that you preached. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, we let niggas breathe.
My bad.
Like if you was rambling, nigga cut you off. Like, hey, let's you know what I'm saying? No. You good, because I'm with you on the train where you just went, but you said something that was so significant to me because I can identify with it. And since we're talking about mental health, especially when you said I've even made drops that didn't sell out, that wasn't as successful. So
plenty.
What does that do to your mind? Do you have a creative team that helps and to help you improve design? So it's just all you?
No, it's all me.
All right. So how does that work? And what does that do to your mental when you created this? You knew the intention behind the creation, and you like, oh yeah, this is it right here. But then everybody else doesn't respond to it the same way that you do. And again, we have a business to run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it costs to make it. You know how many pieces you bought, and it didn't sell what you anticipated.
Yeah. So, man, that's a lot to answer. So, when I first started, I had a cheat code, which is I didn't even know that I had to develop my branding further along so that I don't really have to worry about the whole aspect of like most new brands do, where like so just basically to sum it up, I'm a prolific sewer, right? 10,000 hours don't even do enough as far as the sewing thing. I know every single thing you want to know about every machine, sewing, I mean, literally every single thing about fabrics, all that kind of stuff. So when it comes to putting things out, I can kind of gauge the audience and kind of see whether or not it's going to do good or bad. When I put something out, it's usually because I'm like, I got to get this shit out anyway. You know, so when it comes to like sampling, for instance, I think I'm probably going off topic, but it kind of pulls back into it.
Gotta get right to get left.
Everything I have in my mind, I have the blessing and luxury to create that day. Mm-hmm. It's different from most brands small brands, because they gotta wait 6 months for a sample. They gotta jump through all these hoops, all this money stuff in order for them to get something. Man, if I can have an idea right now, as long as I got the fabric, it's there. I can create it, you know. So that's the cheat code that I didn't know that I had when I started this whole business, you know, until I learned how other people were moving. I'm like, man, that kind of sucks. Like, you know, but to get back to what you were asking me, the motivation is just I got to get it out. Like, I don't really get discouraged anymore about stuff that don't sell, because I do know stuff that will. You know, the way I've curated this whole thing is like super, super like underground organic. So I got customers that like, it don't matter what it is I put out, they buying it. You know what I mean? Because they done bought into the idea of the brand, and also too, since I'm not, one of the creative directors or brand owners who are just like out there on social media, because most people don't even know me. They never seen me. They don't know how to speak, anything like that. It feels a lot more real because then they can have their own idea. I'm not pushing this idea on people. The only idea I'm pushing is the actual thought of the ethos of the brand, not me. I want people to fuck with the whole idea because I know, and that's one thing I'm confident about. No matter what, people gonna understand the brand once you give it some acceptance and you just like, you look at it and you know what I'm saying? You gonna understand and feel it. So I don't really get discouraged about not selling things or anything like that. It's kind of like a strategy thing almost now at this point.
That's peace. That's peace. And the reason why that was important is because I can identify with that. So to play a little bit of devil's advocate, you said you know what sales, so that's why that doesn't bother you.
Mm-hmm.
But just from our talks offline, you are a person of originality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And some of those things that you know may sell are trendy things, or they go into a pocket where it's like, oh, that was easy, and that's not even what you all about. So how do you pivot to make that product that fits that pocket to where you don't feel like you're selling out, but at the same time, you know it's gonna sell and it's still true to your DNA?
That's such a great question. I battled with that for so long because I learned having a brand, you gotta have products that's gonna keep your lights on. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta, and like if it's down to having, beanies, hoodies, and like when I first started the brand off, it was no t-shirts, no hoodies, no nothing. I was making fucking jackets, jeans, like it was like straightforward, like and I realized it changed because we get so caught up in our love for what we do as artists, and we want people. We have this thought that everybody who's pure artists should think like this and all that. When we be forgetting, if you think about every single great artist, we know them because they had that one commercial hit. Yeah. They had that one thing that everybody knew them for. And if you still loving that artist that's like, who don't got that commercial hit, I guarantee he's probably broke or he's still trying to figure that out. You need that one thing that's gonna capture and it's gonna keep your lights on. But my separation is I always hone in on silhouettes and fabric type. So if that's something I can change, where people are like, oh man, he just got a hoodie out. You can't look at my shit or even feel my shit and just be like, it's a regular hoodie.
It's not.
Like
it's always about how I feel.
Yeah, it's about how I feel. It's about how it fits in your body. I have this love for this idea of somebody always, like, as soon as they leave the house, no matter what's going on, let me go grab that hoodie, because at least I know, because people who are insecure about their bodies or insecure about what they're about to walk out the house, I know I'm grabbing that shit. It could have a hole, it don't matter what it is. I'm grabbing that because that fits on me and it's gonna make me feel confident, even if I'm just going to Walmart, if I'm going somewhere, but I know that hoodie or them sweats or that jacket, it's gonna fit on me a certain way where I'm obsessed, where I'm always gonna have that on. Everybody has a garment like that. Everybody has something in their closet.
Fits the mood for any mood.
Fits the mood for any mood, for sure.
That's my Camo Supreme hat.
He taught me about that, man. He really taught me about that. Even with the way that tags are, even with this button that you got at the top of the hoodie, and that when you we gonna get into it, y'all. We gonna get into it. But even the essentials about your clothing, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, you took a lot of care. And he taught me that when we met and we conversed about his brand. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this all drives back. You feel like you getting off topic, but you right on pace because we talking about making products, making pieces that are specialized for people to grow attachments to. Just like, and this is drawing it back to cinema, and correct me if I'm wrong. It's just like when you watch a movie, you can watch a movie 100 times.
Oh yeah.
I'm never gonna not like this hoodie that I got.
Yeah.
He got a hoodie like that where I bought this hoodie from him like almost 3 times because I wore it where it just started looking weird, and I was like,
that's another thing. I ain't even jacking that shit. It ain't gonna never. My shit ain't. I mean, I put so much tedious detail in the fabric and the way it fit. Man, if your shit wearing out, it's because you outside playing football or something. Like
I was doing a lot of shit in this hoodie, bro.
Yeah. No,
because it got that velvet feel, bro. You know which hoodie I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I was doing a lot of shit in his hoodie, and I was like, bro, I'm about to just buy another one.
Tell me, what does this mean to you? Imbalance becomes common, embracing is freedom.
I mean, that means so much. I mean, I live by that every day. Every day you walk off, you stray from the path you know you're supposed to be on. You like every day we got thoughts. Every single day we do something off the beaten path, and you can catch yourself. Instead of you ever making yourself feel less than or just being like, man, I fucked up doing that. Man, I found in my life that, man, if you actually just like kind of look at that in a reasonable sense and be like, all right, well, I don't think I'm gonna stop doing this, but what could I do? What could I do to make my life better with this still going on? Or how could I confront this fear? A lot of it is fear. How can I confront this fucking fear that I have and still live with it every day? A lot of people just don't want to think about trauma. A lot of people don't want to like, because it really hurts people. A lot of people are not strong enough to just exist in trauma. We live in trauma all day, every single day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that can happen to us every single day. Hone in on that thought. Be realistic. I'm such a realistic person. Hone in on that thought, like, and embrace it. You'll be so much stronger because now ain't nothing gonna ever blindside you. You kind of look at the world in a way where like you kind of want to start helping other people out because you start feeling real strong about your position in life. You know, I feel like that's something I really want to do in this world is make a position, be a person in this world, like be effective, you know? So yeah, that's what that means to me, man, is like just the freedom of your life is not lying to your fucking self. For real. Just stop lying to yourself and get in front of these issues, get in front of insecurities and fears, especially if you want to do something. You know, like I'm only talking to people who want to do shit. Like if you just satisfied with just like not having nothing going on with your world, you could stay in that kind of position and be safe. You'll never progress in life. And I'm only just talking from experience. Ain't no like no bozo shit. Like my life completely changed from what I used to be. And that came from me confronting fears. And that came from me being like, okay, I know this is a thing going on. There's something in my DNA that ain't gonna stop this or these people around me. But what could I do since I'm acknowledging that shit to weave around it and keep better in my life? Because if you can't stop our vice, you can't stop our vices, you can't stop the way you are, man, embrace it and figure out a way to better your life with it inside. I mean, it's better than just be sitting there with your head down, walking around until you get hit, you know?
Let me ask this question, because all of us in this room, we from a hood.
For
You know
sure,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
What was it inside of you? Because you got choices. And you even made it common. I mean, made it obvious. Like when you said, nigga, it was either box, play ball. You know, you didn't mention the other obvious, which is, you know what I'm saying, you be out there. what was it in you and what point in your life did you realize, like, I ain't like none of these niggas? Like, because, give you some context. My little cousin, he on some shit right now where he embracing this YN culture.
Mm-hmm.
But he a good kid, talented at football. I pull him to the side. I said, look, nigga, you know about the game chess? He's like, yeah, I'm familiar. I'm like, you know the chessboard that come with, it come with checkers. It's just a regular red and black cardboard. But right here where you live, nigga, that's your chessboard, and you didn't get to choose that chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta fucking play chess until you can move how you wanna move, and then you can get that crystal or that glass chessboard. But right now, you gotta play on the board that was given to you that you was born in, if that makes sense.
100%.
So you looking up and you seeing, like, we got similarities, but I ain't really like these niggas. What made you, and what point did you realize, and then when did you start embracing?
Man, I knew that when I was hanging with niggas. Like, I was a smart one out the gorilla crew.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was a dude who got the girls. I played the sports. I think I was more accepted because I just wasn't scared. Like, I knew how to fight when I was younger real well. Like, and I was isolated. Like, I didn't have no family and shit. So the way I was like extremely, it was a delusional confidence, but it was like a thing where it helped me to survive, moving around. To get back to what I was saying before, I started noticing certain avenues that I could figure out a way to get out of when I was telling you about me drawing them photos.
Mm-hmm.
And me, like, I remember I think it was my junior, sophomore year in high school, they started implementing uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
When I started cutting my shit up, I started sewing my uniform up. And, like, I just remember, like, I'll never forget these moments. And it had nothing to do with me thinking about fashion at all. I just remember everybody making comments on, like, man, I love the way that stuff fit. Where'd you buy your stuff from? And, like, moments like that, you would just never forget. So if you all day, every day, and you just wanting to be a block boy, you want to be in the hood all day, every day, you'll miss those opportunities. So I think it's like a thing you got to be open to accepting. Everybody got talent in something. Being from the hood, there's like a bubble on what's cool and what's not cool and all that kind of shit. It really just takes just not being scared. But I got lucky because what I was doing, it got immediate validation. So I knew, I could be the hooper, the kid on the block, and also these niggas accept me for being an artist too. Because they loved it. Man, I wish I can draw. I wish I can paint. I wish you know what I'm saying? Like, that was one of the things, like, man, and all those niggas from the hood want to do that. Yeah. So when you find the one that's kind of certified, but he's just like leaning into it, you admire it. You just kind of let him do his own thing. We ain't finna fuck with him because he real confident at what he's doing. Mine's is real early on. Mine's is early on. I just didn't have an avenue where I'm from that had programs or had things where I could just, like,
absolutely, none of
you know
us
what I'm
did.
saying?
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
it really started when I dropped out of college. I quit basketball. I quit the basketball team, dropped out of college, and then that's when the theater thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And that completely changed it was almost like my DNA.
So where'd you learn how to sew?
From the theater.
Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. So
damn.
Yeah, man,
damn.
Yeah. So this girl, she had a position at the theater. She was the head costume designer. But then, like, 6 months later, she would be telling me, I'm about to leave. She's like, you're such a better designer than I am. I need to teach you how to sew. And there was a separate building where it had, like, a bunch of sewing machines, a bunch of fabric. And she'll sneak me the key. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, just go in there for hours, just play with the machines. And I would just be playing with all these sewing machines and shit. And I got, like, real good, real fast because of my understanding on how garments are put together. I already had that because I was doing it by hand. Mm-hmm. It just was a motion with the sewing machine that was different. And so I was able to use just so many different styles of sewing machine, man. man, just to make them pants, you probably have to use 5 different sewing machines. A lot of people don't even realize that, you know? So, yeah, my education came like just raw, just threw me out there. And yeah, I just had an obsession for it. That's when it started.
That's fire, man. Hey, yo, everybody. So listen, we got a real special treat for y'all right now. We want y'all to hold tight. Hear a couple of words from our sponsors.
Men in the Den is where Black men come to grow, heal, and lead together. We create intentional spaces for intergenerational connection, mentorship, and honest conversation. Because when men support men, our families and our communities thrive. Through workshops, circles, and community-centered programs, we challenge harmful narratives, build emotional wellness, and empower men to show up fully in every area of their lives. If you're ready to be part of a brotherhood that transforms, uplifts, and inspires, this is your space. Visit Men in the Den Org on Instagram and join our mailing list for updates using the link in the bio. Hear directly from some of our members who have experienced healing through our programs. Their stories are a testament to the strength found when generations unite.
Men in the Den has given me like a camaraderie, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes a man just be with his people or his person, or, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it gives me like a real sense of community. Like, I made like new partners, like, you know what I'm saying? So that makes me feel really good. Brothers, being able to just talk about life, marriage, or if you're not married, girlfriends, you know, job, and not being judged by anybody, not being afraid to say something and someone getting mad at you, or not being able to take what you're telling them. Here is just, it's no judging. And so, in essence, people come and they talk more and more and more, and we dive deeper and deeper emotionally, which men are afraid to do, show their emotional side. So when we tap into that, it's truly awesome.
There's a place for you within Men in the Den. So even if you come just to your first Den talk just to listen, and even if you come all the way up to your 5th session and you're still listening, the point is you're gonna learn about everybody that you interact with, because we all different, but our stories are close aligned and we thinking some of the same things. Or if we're not on that same page, just know some brother that you're gonna interact with in that session has been on that page that you on and can help you get to the next chapter.
And we back, y'all. I told you we had something very special for y'all. Juice Harris, he brought us some of the craziest pieces in OurVice. You see, I'm kind of dripped out a little bit. You feel me?
Crazy word.
Ooh, so, man, please. Again, I know the work speaks for itself, but I would like to know the inspiration behind this piece here that I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the people about it a little bit.
So this particular one, this design back here is a drawing that I found in my daughter's notebook. My daughter, she got the art bug, like me. Mm-hmm. My son is good at sports, but she does the art thing. And I found this, and I just copied and pasted literally that. And it's a wolf, and that's the way she drew it. And I just figured that shit would look kind of fly, and I figured, like, OurVice don't really have a logo, but if I can just throw that shit on, you know, multiple pieces, I feel like it'll look real cold on it. Because, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that should
so
be cool as hell.
bro. How does she feel when she's seeing it on?
Oh, my God.
They don't understand it. They don't understand
Oh, my God.
It's just like my son, when I tell my son about me playing ball back in the day, like, he don't get it. You know, they so young, but, yeah, man.
So walk us through some of the pieces right here, because we got some fly stuff up here on this rack, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got some samples, so some one-on-ones. We got some stuff that's accessible to the people. And even got a little bit of sauce, you know what I'm saying, that's coming soon to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Denim stuff here. This is these were the Danielle denim. They sold really well.
Can I take them off the
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, you gotta let them know, man. We gotta let them know what they got going on. Nice distress can.
After
Beautiful.
Named after my younger sister. Super heavyweight denim. You know, everything custom. Everything has logoed up. You know, but that's that fits perfectly on men and women.
Made in Cleveland, baby. You see that?
Yeah, I love that.
You see that? Made in Cleveland. Hold on. You gotta say that again. That's Johá Harris, made in Cleveland, baby. You see that crazy
Same
distress
thing
game? Looks like a baggy fit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This denim jacket, this was last year's denim. I'm thinking about releasing it again. The idea of it was when you button it all the way up, you got other buttons up there to go all the way up to the top of your neck.
Yeah.
You know, to look kind of fly, just some different shit. Super heavyweight again.
Similar to the necklace
that
on the hoodie
collar.
that you're wearing right now. Like
Yeah,
kind of
but-
going up to the chin.
Yeah, but like when you put it on, say if I didn't have a hoodie on it,
Gotcha.
and you had this, you'll be able to button this all the way up to the top. So then it would kind of look almost like a suit.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
super fly.
So then it would change. So like it'd completely change the idea of the jacket. So that plays into the storyline of like the luxury and the OurVice, the alter ego. So like every detail that I put into it, just like this jacket, say if the jacket unbuttoned, that's party time. Jacket buttoned up is if you got to go to a meeting real quick.
Collar shirt up under it or something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got the same jacket on, but it'll look
Right.
completely different if you have it all the way buttoned up and you have your shit, you know, together. So
Okay. Diversity.
yeah,
I like that. Come on, what's up? What else you got up here that you want to share with us? Because I like that one right there.
Yeah, man. The number one selling product I had so far is this sweat outfit here, man. Super heavyweight. I mean, extremely unique. This is studied for 2-3 years on production on especially like learning anatomy and learning people's bodies. One of the things I noticed that I wanted to be really good at is when somebody has it on, it fits every size of somebody's body. So there's little trinkets that you gotta fuck with as far as like the way you make your patterns in order for it to be kind of like universal. And then obviously there's gonna be some people who can't fit it, but I want it to be so dope that they'll just be like, man, fuck, I'm just have it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some people just be like, man, I just want it anyway, fuck it. You know, but this is a universal piece. This is my favorite design that I ever made. And it's so, and most people would just think it's like, it's such a simple hoodie, but it's not. Even the way the kangaroo pocket is cut, you'll never lose anything out of your pocket.
It's so deep.
The way I have it
because it's in there. It's in there.
Yeah. The way this is cut, it's just, you know what I'm saying? This is 500 GSM.
I was just gonna say, how many ounces of cotton is this right here, man?
It's
These are
500
very
GSM,
heavy.
super heavy.
Man, this feels like luxury right here. The
Yeah,
texture
man.
of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like that typical sweatpants thing right here. Like it's almost like I could feel the oils in the fabric.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
It feels like,
it's,
like
it's,
the
it's
actual
seeping into my
work,
fingerprints, bro.
bro. Even when it comes down to the actual printing on it, man. I mean, like,
The texture.
yeah. So what I ended up doing, once I got my first couple samples of it, I did a test wash for 10 days, wash and dry it.
Yeah, that'd be the thing for me.
Yeah, wash and dry it, and it don't change. Like it don't change. The color don't change. This is
Branded buttons.
custom black color. Like it's deep black that is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a custom black color. Same thing with most of my colors. These are all.
Yeah, you got it.
Even this, that's a custom color. Even this white. Most people just think that this is just a white T-shirt, but it's not. You know, there's a lot of planning that goes into how people pick out like what shades, and it takes like a lot of trial and error to see like if you're gonna get it right as well.
Real quick, talk to us about this. So having simple silhouette like this, boxy, but what made you decide to take the seam down the back right here instead of just having the seams typically down the sides in your basic essential shirts?
Literally the way I told you before, where how could you reconstruct something and make it just a little bit different, but make it stand out? The number one thing is the fact that people don't even realize that just that little seam is definitely going to change the way it's going to fit on your back. I'm really big into the way I like my stuff. I kind of like my stuff cropped up and fall in the front. The way this is cut and you put this on, it's going to crop up just solely based off of just that lining in there. You know what I mean? And I've been doing this, man, probably since 2021 with like a lot of my stuff. But this is also about 350 GSM, super heavyweight.
And I
Real
like
nice.
the branding on the back because if I'm walking past you and you turn around, the first thing you see
is the branding, for sure. That's another thing I've been doing since the beginning is that kind of those small detailed things. But that also comes from like what is your interest? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of stuff that I design and the reason why I put certain things the way they are, it's just literally an interest thing. It ain't trying to reinvent the wheel. Everybody done did everything. What's your interest? When you see something, what catches your eye? Or what makes you feel like, oh man, I used to have tags right here on your private right here. And I remember walking into gas stations and people being like, oh, you'll never miss that. You know what I mean? But like it was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a quick drop I did, but I'll never forget that. That was very impactful as far as when people saw it. That was extremely important.
So before my bald head journey, I've always been a hat fan. Even when I had braids, I just always been a hat fan. So I want you to talk to us about this piece because when you came in here and you were setting up, bro, this was the first one that caught my eye. I've always been an earth tone person. This hunter green with this gold, man. This is crazy. And even the material of the hat that you decided to go with right here, man. Can you just talk to us about this hat right here?
Appreciate that. Yeah, that's pure nylon. I literally made this from a cardboard box. So the way this is designed, I designed every aspect of it from the height to where it's going to sit, where your ears are at, all the way to the back, to how long this will be to fit. But it's like I said, it's about studying anatomy, for studying people's bodies. Everybody's body is different. The best thing you can ever have as a brand is when somebody comes and be like, man, their shit always fits me. Oh, I can always count on him fit me. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to hats as well, I never grew up even like knowing what hat sizes were. I never knew that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this was an educational piece on itself. But as far as the color thing goes, that's just what I see. That's my world.
May I, real quick? Just real quick, because, you know what I'm saying, we got to put it to the test real quick. Just bald head test. I said that wrong. It's all right. It didn't fall, bro. Look. Boom, and then I'm alive. Still got enough strap that hang, because if I'm going to wear a strap back hat, I like the strap to still.
Yeah,
For
I
sure.
like that. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
For real, I ain't even going to lie. It came from Ghostface. Ghostface Killer. Anytime you seen
Ghost
Ghostface
doing
with the
that.
strap,
Yep,
it always came down, you know what I mean? So I like that.
Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
perfect,
yeah.
brother. I like that, man.
sure.
Appreciate that.
and I feel like when you got hats as a fellow hat wearer, because I'm a bald head, you don't want to sweat your brim out. And I feel like that joint, I'm good.
Yeah, for
good.
sure. And you can wash it. The other thing too is that you can wash it, put it in the washer and dry. Most people don't do that to their hats, but that's why I chose the nylon part of it, because you can wash it and dry it and it ain't gonna change the figure of it. You know what I'm saying? Or the quality, because the nylon is real tough besides just cotton.
Another thing that I'm seeing over here, because this became popular within the last 7 years, I would say. Shout out to pop culture, but this bag that you have over here, you know, some people have the term man bag. Some people may just call it a duffel, but talk to us about this bag, the inspiration behind it, and who it's for.
This is for every day. This is for everybody, every single day. The way I saw it and the way the fabric, this is duck canvas. Yeah, this is duck canvas here. This was kind of like, it started off as an experiment. Most people who follow me, they know I make bags as well, but a lot of it comes from either upholstery or they come from leather. This is kind of like the first one I presented where I'm like, I'm gonna put it out with like a duck feel and it would be universal. Sizing, everything would, you know, fit. So my idea of this is like, just like when I was explaining like the OurVice to the Johá thing, like I don't feel bad if I had a suit on. If I had a suit and I had this bitch on, you know what I mean? Like, you know, just, and it's not even really unique as far as like silhouette wise, but the color palette wise, you know what I mean? That's why I never would make another color other than this, because it seems real utilitarian and it seems a little army-ish almost.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like it seemed like on some like on a mission, on some army shit.
BDU.
And like you know, that's the most respectable trade you can have in the world, is being as part of the service. You know what I'm saying? Like that is the most honorable thing. So anybody who's gonna walk around with this, It's gonna be stylish, and you're gonna notice.
Immediately you're gonna look at it and be like, "Was you special forces?"
Yeah, something. You know what I mean? Black
You're
Ops.
gonna ask,
Like,
it's a
yeah.
conversation piece
For sure, 100%. So, that's really what came out of this, man. Like a lot of accessories that I've created, they were years and years on the making. Like even these glasses. I mean, everybody in Cleveland got these.
Yeah, Trav wore these when he came in on his episode.
Everybody got
I like these.
sold
They
out
heavyweight. They feel good, man.
You know what set
they
them
sit
off.
heavy on my nose. I'm gonna give them right back to pass them back off to you. But
The
those
joint right here, bro. Right here.
But those are small details.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, it changes.
Oh yeah, these
first time I seen him was Trav in the back of the days video.
Okay, yeah.
I need a script in these though.
That's my blind brother right there.
I gotta put a script in them.
I got you.
So what's not up here, but I'm very interested in, and now that we got you standing up, talk to us about the pants that you're wearing right now.
This is one of the pieces for the upcoming drop, December 4th. But these ain't even just pants; these are actually overalls.
Ooh,
you know, these are actual a whole overall piece here. Real light, but you know, kind of big.
They got the pockets, man. The pockets is what I'm jacking.
Yeah, multiple pockets on it.
So see, I'm a man I don't like to assume, but from looking at the pants and knowing a little bit about your history now, they came from the building sets. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like it's a Midwest thing.
Blue collar and fly as hell at the same
but
time.
fly as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
Like this is the way my mind worked, and be honest with it. Like,
let's go.
The way my mind worked, reality. When you living where we from, there ain't much you gonna be able to do stylistically that's gonna attract. Everybody wants to be attractive. Why don't you? All we doing is working. Why don't you just look the flyest while you working? I remember I used to work construction. And I used to wear my own shit, and every single day somebody'd be like, "Man, where you get that stuff at?" And like that always stuck in my head. You know what I'm saying? My cargos I would put together, my work jacket I would put together. I'd have like 18 fucking pockets on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that comes a long way. Living your life, living your reality. You know what I'm saying? Living your reality. I ain't gotta
look fucked up while I do what I do.
Yeah. It's just like living your reality, man. Just make it fly though. Make it so fly it's undeniable. Because I mean that's all you can do to impress at this point.
Sure.
And then another jacket. You got two of these jackets that look the same. One is a button, one is a snap. But the snap right here is the one that's catching my attention right here because of this pocket right here.
That's another army style.
Talk to us about this piece because I like the raw edges as well. How you left it is cropped, and then you have that.
This was a sample. I never put this one out. I actually sewn this whole entire piece up. But the inspiration for the pocket was like army style. Man, I got two brothers that are in the service. One is in he's in the Navy, the other one's in the Air Force. So like I really admire like service work, you know. So I kind of steal a lot of ideas from that, even just like the aspect of having the padded shoulders. You know what I mean?
We got it in our dress blues.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like the padded shoulders in this jacket just make you just turn into a different person when somebody see you. You know, and then the raw edges would just keep it raw.
Beautiful piece,
you know. Appreciate that.
Beautiful piece. I say you need to bring this out, man.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna lie.
Right now, that's a 1-of-1. That's completely 1-of-1. That'll look great on you.
You see that? Now you want to try that? Now you want to try it? Oh,
I know it's gonna fit with the hoodie.
Get to him.
Yeah, I already know it's gonna fit with the hoodie.
Oh shit! Got him activated. Look right there, though. Look right there.
Yeah, this bitch
Look at your shoulders, though. But like,
hit him with the shoulders.
Like you see how your shoulders is like.
Stand right in front of the camera. Let the camera see it, my boy.
Pull that sleeve down.
Yep. That bitch tough, bro.
Amazing. These are beautiful pieces, bro.
Yeah, man.
How you feel with it on? how you feel.
I feel like I can move. That's the
you
most important
feel?
thing.
Yeah,
Movement and
yeah.
freedom of movement is big.
So
for me.
listen, like the anatomy part of it is knowing back, knowing where to put these creases at, and then the V here. You know, not everybody gonna be able to fit that. You know what I'm saying? But somebody who's built the way you are, it's gonna look perfect on you. But the number one thing is to feel comfortable but also stand out.
Pockets, man.
And have freedom of movement. This is like
Pockets, brother.
grab whatever. Cause I'm big on I can go in here. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker cold though, y'all.
I ain't even gonna fake if you do run this in production, you need a gun pocket on here, my G.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Look inside.
But this is perfect, bro. I love this.
All the way around. Cause these is tucked smooth.
And the raw edges right here is what sets it off, though.
Yeah, you're not gonna
That's
walk
what
past that and
sets
not
it
notice
off.
it.
Yeah.
To the point I'm walking up telling my man, you make that? Where you get that from? That's nice.
Really, yeah.
And I ain't never been a nigga that really like brown or tan or anything like that. That's my skin complexion. This is dope.
No, I mean,
This is cold, bro.
that's it.
These is really beautiful pieces, man. Y'all make sure we're gonna tell you all the website before we get up out of here, man. But shout out to Juice here, shout out to Johá, the brand, OurVice. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a second. We've seen some lovely pieces today. This is something that you guys have never, ever seen before. This is a new format that we've done that you've never seen before. And I want to get that up to Juice Harris because he decided to bless us with some pieces. So shout out to the creativity. Shout out to the evolution of the creative mindset because, you know, we like to focus on the artists themselves and what they do and also what goes on into their mental because a lot of these guys, if you don't know them, then I like to leave it up to your discretion to go do your own research with just having the dope individuals that we share up here with you. You know what I mean? So you see, I'm dripped in OurVice now. Shout out to Juice for that, man. This is a beautiful piece right here. He just showed us some beautiful pieces. You done seen some stuff that's out, some one-on-ones, some stuff that's coming. Make sure y'all tapped in. And before we get up out of here, he's going to for sure leave you the website and, you know, the information on how to stay tuned. So, Juice, please tell the people before, I don't even tell the people before. Let me bring it back. I got a little excited. Cause man, we got stuff online and we got stuff offline, man.
Yeah,
and this has been like a very great experience, man. And sometimes I just wish the people themselves could even experience the experience with us here, but we have to give them at least a watered down version just because they're not here. But I want you to tell us, what are you most grateful for?
I'm grateful for the way God put me on this earth. Just who I am, man. Like, there's certain shit I will be honest about that I don't deserve. My mindset, maneuvering around the world, staying safe. Yeah, there's a lot of gratitude that I know is so much more than me. You know, so I'm just grateful for the way I think. For sure.
Hey man, especially coming from where you're coming from, I can understand that. I can identify with that because again, it's kind of funny. I had a conversation actually today and the day before where I was telling somebody like when we were identifying like how we were different from what was in the neighborhood, and I was like, man, you right, but I was confident in every decision that I ever made, but I was not smacking no Lincoln Park in the hood. When I started driving, bro, I was not smacking Lincoln Park in the hood. The only way you would hear me smacking something in that pocket is if it was a song from wrestling, and they would be like, hey, you tripping, man. Why you playing this wrestling shit? But other than that, no POD, no Corn, no Lincoln Park. I wasn't riding in my car with that. If I did, I had the windows rolled all the way up.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't have the windows down, smacking that while riding around the hood, man.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I was eclectic from the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he said.
Yeah, I mean, it was just non-fear though. Fuck it. I mean, the only time people be embarrassed when you're younger is when you feel like people gonna fuck with you. I never had that. You know what I mean? Like, it was never a thing. Like, I'm so confident in my ability to defend myself. Other than that, you know, just be who you were. I mean, it took a lot, you know, obviously to grow into that, just to try to like get validation for your friends and shit. But I mean, after that point, man, just, you know, when you be yourself, that's also the thing. You get dropped on this earth. You know, I feel like I'm a one of one. There could be millions like me. I mean, there are probably a bunch of people who got my stories, a bunch of people who are just like me. Let me be aware of this shit, though. You know, be aware of it. Be thankful.
Yeah. I typically ask the same question to people like, what could they leave? But I feel like I need to change this for you, just because of how you feel about, like, even the product conversation and in the conversations just off camera. So I will ask you, if there is something that is sublime and that is very optimal in terms of production and scale, and also supplying that special feeling that you like, that euphoria that you receive just from seeing people happy with something that you created, what does that really look like if the resources is unlimited?
Man, that's a great question. It would be a full women's line. That's I've hinted at that for years. One of my biggest insecurities is the fact that I haven't been able to make that turn to do it, because that's something when it comes to construction and product and body types, like, that's where I'm really, really, really cold at. What I'm doing now is real free flowing. I want to get to a point where when I have all the resources and I can just make a complete women's line where I'm just completely sitting there studying history, you know, just going in my bag as if like I'm trying to really accomplish something. You know what I mean? But that's really what it is. The Johá women's, for sure. I've hinted at that for years, but that's my thing that's sitting in the back that I'm always chipping at. I'm always designing, but logistically, fabric-wise, things like that is real, real difficult. Because when you design it for men, that's real universal. And now the way people have changed the way they dress, women wear men's clothes and stuff now too. So it's not a lot that you got to do. But when it comes to making skirts, when it comes to making just like silhouetted pieces, certain fabrics at a high level, that's where I want to be at. And I think that would be my top levels when I'm starting to do that.
Because that's definitely like a real crossover too.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Because when we talking about the brand, when we talking about the clothing and how it helps you assimilate, wink, old word, assimilate into any environment that you in when you have that piece of garment on. Mm-hmm. Women love that shit. They like shapeshifters. Mm-hmm. And a cold one can do it anywhere with a couple of accessories and pieces. So I know you got a prowess for it, bro. I can't wait to see it, because I know it's gonna be cold.
Oh man, yeah.
Gonna have them looking like double agents.
Yeah, but I got some photos online of like certain ways of me styling women and certain women pieces that I never put out. And I'm actually probably, like, next week I'm gonna probably put out a lot of women's photos of sample products, you know, just to test the water, just to see how the market feels about it. But yeah, man, when them resources come, and here's the thing though, I can build them resources myself. That just takes a different part of my brain that I'm gonna have to talk to settle myself down in order to like bring that in. But that comes with a lot of sacrifices with what I'm doing now as well. Just creating clothes isn't really seamless when it comes to the genres, when it comes to the style of them. It takes a different part of your brain, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, when that comes, I think that's was it the magnum opus? Is that the word? Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro. That sounds like expansion of the team. You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
When you said women's clothing, that immediately made me think R&D, research and development. I can't remember all the body types, but I can say the most common body type that I see amongst women is the pear-shaped body type. You know what I mean? And women aren't as simple as men when it comes to clothing. As long as I don't look crazy in it and it feel good, it look good on me, I'm rocking it. But a woman could have something and it looks really good on her. You're like, man, I look good. But if she don't feel good, she's not going with it. You know what I mean?
Man, listen, this is psychology part of the I had to learn when it came to like designing. You gotta tell a motherfucker what they gonna wear. Like, I don't know if y'all know that about this fashion world, but like niggas is telling y'all what to wear. Like, you not wearing any of this because you just woke up and just like you just had some sort of like epiphany.
You've been influenced.
You've been influenced. People are telling you what to wear. It could be good or bad. Some fashion is super, super horrible, and some is really, really good. But the best is when you see people mesh their experience in life together.
I fell in love with camouflage with Outkast back in the 90s. But then Wiz Khalifa reiterated in 2008, camo shorts go with anything I want to wear.
You know, or you, like for instance, you'll probably never in public catch me wearing a pair of sneakers. I'm a boots nigga until I ain't got no feet no more. I'm just gonna wear boots the rest of my life. That's just a thing. It's a uniform thing for me. Simplicity is a statement thing. Like when I was, years ago, I used to wear boots with shorts on in Ohio. Niggas used to look at me like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But now people are doing it now, but I never was aware of it being like a fashion statement. It was just a feeling. I got shorts on, but I know I'm not finna put no tennis shoes on. I throw these boots on, man. I'm going to the store. I'm going to the store. It's lifestyle shit. It's like real life. Real life. People be pretending about that expression of like they life. A lot of that be fraudulent, man.
Understood, because I remember being 8 years old, clowning my big brother for wearing some wallabies in the summer with shorts.
You know?
Like, nigga, why you got on boots? And you had the high top wallabies, too.
Yeah, like, it's a feeling, but when you meet that person that where you see them have something on, or the way they speak, or just any attribute that you can take from them that's influential, that's key. You can just tell, oh my man, he don't give a fuck what nobody think. That's just he on that. And then most people gravitate to that kind of shit. Like most people, those are influential taste-making styles of people when they genuinely aren't thinking about how this is gonna be presented. They just gotta get this shit off. Like it's a thing. Like I was telling you about the obsession, I gotta get this shit off. Like that's how I feel about creating and putting certain things out. It could land, it could not, but I gotta get this out.
That's very important. And you're right. Trends do set things. You ever seen the movie Devil Wears Prada?
No.
That's a great...
I might have. I might have saw that.
Meryl Streep. It's Meryl Streep. I can't remember the girl who was the main character in Devil Wears Prada. I never watched The Devil Wears Prada, and what made me watch it is because before my wife was my wife, we ended up watching it together. But it was a girl that was an intern there at the company, because I vaguely remember I'd only seen it one time. But one thing that made me buy fashion, enjoying fashion, she had a particular color sweater on. And the girl was wearing it out of the sweater that she had on was a cheap fabric. And she said, oh, and she named the color that sweater that she had on. She was like, I made that possible for you to wear. You've been able to afford that. And that's how it is, because with every trend that goes on from the higher level of fashion or the higher end brands, by the time it makes it to your typical H&M, American Eagle, what's the other, Zara, you know what I mean? That's when you know the trend is kind of reaching its end by the time it reaches the everyday consumer to be able to reach it, because, you know, it's been watered down, kind of like camo shorts. or Amiri. Matter of fact, we can do it with Balmain. Balmain had the biker jeans, but then once you start seeing like Jordan Craig.
Well, listen, I'll give you a different perspective on that because my living experience is everything come from the street. Like everything come from the hood. Like who?
I agree.
It come from niggas. Like it come from black people. Most people who like anything that's cool, it started from somebody that was black. I think opposite. Once it reaches all that other shit is when it's over. But it's time for them to wear it though. It ain't about like we think it's over. We're done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't think of ourselves in the mindset of any other culture or race besides ours. When it reaches a certain point and it's pushed out, that's when we're done with that shit. Like
I understand that too because we got the psychology behind like Bamboos, Timbs, Air Force Ones. Like especially once you start seeing people like white people on the cover of GQ magazines with butters on or all white forces. It's over with. It's done for us.
I'm gonna go a little elementary with it. It's like when my daughter don't like that I know the words that she know.
Yeah.
She like, Daddy, I'm not saying that I'm wearing. Why do you know what I'm saying?
If it's over there,
it's corny now, Dad.
For sure.
Because she was like, glaze don't mean what you think it mean, Daddy. And I was like, what it mean? She was like, it mean you owe me too much. That's what it originally mean. People done flipped it. And I was like, oh, word? She was like, yeah, so you need to stop saying it.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
so yeah, I get that, bro. I like that.
It's monitoring, being aware. But also just being within yourself. Man, put your head down and shut the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
Put your head down and just nigga, mind your business. And I swear, minding your business, you'll find shit's gonna come thrown. It's gonna be thrown at you organically. Minding your business, doing your thing, really harping on your craft, doing whatever you want to do, and try to make it successful. However, whatever success means to you. Like success doesn't have to be financial. To me, my success when it came to anything art was like, okay, I don't have to work a job no more. And then it reaches different levels and all that other kind of shit. But everybody's success isn't the same. Yeah, but just hone in, man. Like, put your head down and mind your fucking business.
Amen to that. I'm the king of minding business.
Mind your business. Like, man, the world will be like.
You don't need to know everybody else's business.
Man.
It's an infatuation with celebrity.
Well, even
then, Americanized
thing.
thing.
It's even deeper than that. It's like, it's not even about people worried about other people's business. People, when I say mind your business, that means that you don't even know what the fuck you got going on with your shit. Like, that means you not even got your stuff. Like, you not even, like, grabbing stuff that's falling away from you. Like, that's the whole part about the OurVice, being aware, like, being free, accepting, stop being afraid of these thoughts. Open your mind up, whether it's religious views, whatever. Just, like, figure out a way to think different, man, because... And I'm not the best person to be sitting here talking this shit, but whatever's coming out of me is coming from some higher place. I'm not taking any credit for any of it at all. But I feel like it's a good message. You know, minding your business and being aware. Just being aware.
Understood. So I know that is peace. So I know you came here for a good time, not a long time, Juice. Before we get up out of here, man, because we done vibed on and off. I wish they knew how long we was like.
I had such a good time, bro. I had such a good fucking time. I appreciate y'all inviting me over, bro.
Appreciate you as well. But before we get up out of here, Juice, tell the people.